Hello, everybody. Scooty Double 7 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 9 and 10 Detroit Tigers taking on the 10 and 9 Toronto Blue Jays. This is game 4 of a 4-game series between the Tigers and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays leading the series 3-1, but can the Tigers come back and split the series, or will the Blue Jays win and take 3 out of the 4 games? We'll find out. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Detroit Tigers. Leading off the center fielder, Clete Thomas. Batting second, the catcher, Ivan Rodriguez. Batting third, the designated hitter, Carlos Guillen. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the right fielder, Maglio Ordonez. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Jacque Jones. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Edgar Renteria. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Ryan Rayburn. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Brandon Ing. On the mound for the Blue Jays, it is Sean Marcum. He'll come into the game with a 4.16 ERA. No wins, no losses. He's pitched 17 and 1/3 innings, 13 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 10 walks. We're here at the Rogers Center in Toronto, Canada, which gives a +1 to strikeouts, a -1 to walks, nothing to home runs. And with that, Clete Thomas steps up as the home plate umpire dusts off home plate. And we're ready to start. Clete Thomas batting a .289. And the first pitch. And this game is underway. 5-2. Column 5, row 2. That is going to be a walk. On a 1 to 10, that's going to be a 10. And we'll start this game off with a walk. And with that, as Clete Thomas will trot on down to first, let's take a look at the starting defense for the Toronto Blue Jays. Stewart will be out there in left field. Rios will be in center. Inglett at right field. Going around the horn, we've got Stutero on third. Eckstein at short. Hill is on second. Overbay at first. Zahn behind the plate. And Sean is on the mound. Ivan Rodriguez batting a .295. Strategy roll is a 2. That's going to be a hit and run. So on a hit and run, all ground double play ratings will get a -2. Base run ratings get a +2. All home run and walk rates for the batter are cut in half, and we round those down. All lineouts are double plays. And if the batter strikes out, we'll resolve the play as a steal. Infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is going to be a possible error on a ground ball. So odd and error, we're going to check the number in the bracket. And that is going to be a 2-4. Column 2, row 4, it's a fly ball to Stewart. So that is going to be out number 1 away, and that's going to bring up Carlos Guillen. Guillen batting a .262. Strategy roll is a 7. Tigers holding off. And the pitch. 5-1, column 5, row 1. That's going to be a wild pitch. On a 1 to 10, it's a wild pitch. On 11 to 12, it's a passed ball. That is a 12. It's a passed ball. And it got by him. So with that, Thomas will take over, will go to second. And with that, here is the pitch to Guillen. 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a single down the third baseline to Stutero. And with that, the Tigers have runners on the corners. Thomas would advance, go from second to home on a 5 through 6. That is a 1. He'll hold. Infield playing in as Maglio Ordonez steps up. He's batting a .360. And the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a blank. 1-5, column 1, row 5. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Stewart. He'll make the catch. And that will be an out, but also we're going to check to see if it's a sacrifice fly. If it's a sacrifice fly, that is a 2. 6 is too high, so no, we're going to check the outfield arm now. And that is a 4, so with that, Thomas will still hold. Clay Thomas on at third, Golan at first, so runners on the corners with 2 outs. And when we have 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. Miguel Cabrera batting a 268. Strategy roll is a 3. And the pitch. 5, 6, column 5, row 6. Home run on a 1-17. The 18 is too high. 1-4, column 1, row 4. However, that is going to be a single out there to Stewart. So that puts the Tigers on the board, 1-0. Golan will hold at second. Base run rating is a 2. The die roll is a 5. And if the roll was less than or equal to the base run rating, the adjusted base run rating, he would advance on the throw, but instead he'll hold. So 2 outs, runners on first and second. Jack Jones is up. He's batting a 119. Strategy roll is a 16, and the pitch. Infield normal depth 3-5. Column 3, row 5. That is going to be a blank. Jones is a left-handed batter, so on the pitcher card we look to the left-handed side of the slash. 5-4, column 5, row 4, ground ball to Hill to second base. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So 1 run, 2 hits, no error, and 2 left on for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. Leading off the shortstop, David Eckstein. Batting second, the left fielder, Sharon Stewart. Batting third, the second baseman, Aaron Hill. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the center fielder, Alex Rios. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Matt Stairs. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Lyle Overbay. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Marco Stutero. Batting eighth, the catcher, Greg Zod. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Joe England. On the mound for the Tigers, it is Armando Galarraga. He'll come into the game with a 9.76 ERA. No wins, 1 loss. He's pitched 8 and 1/3 of an inning, allowed 9 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 5 walks. David Eckstein batting a 286. And here is the pitch. 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a strikeout. On a 1-7, that's going to be a 2. Remember, for strikeouts, we add a +1 to that range. Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Sharon Stewart. Stewart batting a 267. 4-4, column 4, row 4. That is a strikeout. That is a blank, sorry. Stewart being a right-handed batter, so on the pitcher card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. And that's going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. Line drive back up to Galarraga. He'll make the catch. Throw it over to Cabrera. And out number 2, Aaron Hill, batting a 338, and here is the pitch. 1-1, column 1, row 1, strikeout plus on a 1-19. That's a 16. Struck him out. And he'll go down looking, and the side goes down in order as the Tigers retire the Blue Jays in order. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, it's Tigers 1, Blue Jays nothing. We go to the top of the second. Edgar Ventia, Ryan Rayburn, and Brandon Ing due up for the Tigers. Edgar Ventia batting a 286. And here's the pitch, 1-1. column 1, row 1 at the ballpark. We're going to go to the Rogers Center. So anytime you roll the at symbol, anytime the at symbol comes up as a result, you're going to go to the ballpark card. In this case, we're going to resolve the play at the ballpark card. 4-3, column 4, row 3. It's a double star 5. And we come up to the double star line, come over to the 5th column, and that's going to be a ground ball to Eckstein. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Overbay, and that is out number 1. Ryan Rayburn up. He's batting a .222, and here is the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is going to be a hit by pitch. That's going to be a 4. Sean will give him a +4. 17 too high. Does not get hit by the pitch. You saw it. 1-4, and that's going to be a ground ball to Eckstein, column 1, row 4. 2 away. Brandon Ing batting a 100. And here is the pitch. 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's going to be a range play. Now, on a range play, you check the first number of the outfielder. Whose range are we checking for this play? 1-1. Column 1, row 1. It's a ground ball to the third base to Stutero. His range is on a 1 to 5. It's going to be a 2. He'll make the catch, throw it to Overbay. And that will retire the side as the Tigers go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. Alex Rios, Matt Stairs, and Lyle Overbay due up for the Blue Jays. Real quick, let's take a look at the starting defense for the Detroit Tigers. Jones will be out there in left field. Thomas will be in center. Ordonez at right field. Going around the horn, we've got Ing on third. Renty is playing short. Rayburn's at second. Cabrera at first. Rodriguez is behind the plate. And Galarraga is on the mound. Alex Rios batting a .411. And the pitch. That's the 4-1-1. It's a 4-5. Column 4, row 5. Strikeout plus. That's a 20. That's going to be a 9. Struck him out looking. And I'll go down on strikes, and that's going to bring up Matt Stairs. Stairs batting a .275. And the pitch. 2-1. Column 2, row 1. That is going to be a walk on a 1 to 9. Remember, we -1. 18 too high. 5-5. Column 5, row 5. Double star 5. And that is going to be a ground ball to Rentia. He'll make the catch and put 2 away. Lyle Overbay batting a .313, and here is the pitch. 1-1. Column 1, row 1. Strikeout plus on a 1 to 20. That is a 3. Struck him out looking. So the Jays once again go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 up, 3 down. After 2, Tigers 1. Blue Jays nothing. We go to the top of the third, and it's the top of the order. Clete Thomas, Ivan Rodriguez, and Carlos Guillen due up for the Tigers. Clete Thomas with a walk and a run scored. Here's the pitch. 2-1-2, column 1, row 2. Home run on a 1 to 2. The 12 is too high. 6-4, column 6, row 4. It's a pop-up to Hill. Markham points up. Hill sees it. He'll make the catch, and out number 1. Ivan Rodriguez, 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 2-2. Column 2, row 2, strikeout plus on a 1 to 21. That is a 15. Struck him out. And that's 2 away, and that's going to bring up Carlos Gullin. Gullin is 1 for 1, and here is the pitch. 1-4, column 1, row 4. Strikeout plus on a 1-19. That is a 5. Struck him out looking. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Tigers go down in order. It's 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the third. Marco Stutero, Greg Zahn, and Joe Inglet due up for Toronto. Marco, batting a 188. The pitch. 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a double start. Now, in the actual game, you'll take 1d6 rolled against the double star line. Here in the PC version, it'll randomly choose, and that is going to be a fly ball back there to Jones. He'll make the catch, and that puts one away. Greg Zahn batting a 195, and here is the pitch. 2-5, column 2, row 5. Strikeout plus on a 1-19. That is a 7. Struck him out. And that'll be 2 away. Joe Inglet batting a 353. 2 up, 2 down. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That's going to be a walk plus. So on a walk plus, we add 10 minus 1, and that is going to be an 18. That's going to be a 13, and that's going to be a walk. So with England on first, we go to the top of the order. David Eckstein is up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 9, and here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Home run on a 1-3. The 6 is too high. It's a home run chance, by the way, with the question mark there. 5-3, column 5, row 3, and that's going to be a double star 6. It's going to be a fly ball to Adonis, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. After 3, it's Tigers 1, Blue Jays nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. Maglio Ordonez, Miguel Cabrera, and Jacque Jones due up for the Tigers. Maglio Ordonez 0 for 1, and the pitch. 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is going to be a walk. On a 1-10, that's going to be a 2, and that's going to be good for a walk. So Ordonez will trot on down to first, and that's going to bring up Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera 1 for 1 with an RBI. Strategy roll is a 6 infield at double play depth. And here is the pitch. 3-2. Column 3, row 2. That is going to be another walk plus. On a 1-19, that is a 10. And that's going to be good for a walk. So with runners in first and second, Jacque Jones is up. He's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 15, and here is the pitch. 6-6, column 6, row 6, range play. And whose range are we checking? 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's going to be a ground ball to Hill. His range is on a 1-2. That's going to be a 5. He can't make the play in time. And that'll load the bases up. Adonis will get the hold sign. Cabrera gets the hold sign. Nobody else advancing, and that loads the bases up. So the bases are loaded for Edgar Ventia. He's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 6, and here is the pitch. 5-2, column 5, row 2. That's going to be a walk. On a 1-6, the 7 is too high. 6-1, column 6, row 1. It's a question mark 9. So that's going to be a power hit to England. Now, right hand hit. So on a 1 to 7, it's a single. On an 8 to 12, it's a double. On a 13, it's a triple. That's going to be a 19. So 14 to 20, that is a fly out. However, that is going to be a sacrifice. Fly outs with runners on third and less than 2 outs. That is a sacrifice fly. So with that, Ordonez will score. It's 2-0 Tigers. England having to go back there. Ryan Rayburn up. He's 0 for 1 today. Strategy roll is a 2. And that's going to be a 1-3. Column 1, row 3. Hit by pitch. That is a 4. The 17 is too high. 6-1. Column 6, row 1. Once again, it's a power hit to England. This time it's a 9. That's going to be a double on an 8 to 13. Another run is scored. Jones will go to second, and the whole sign goes up for all runners. Brandon Ing, 1 out with runners on second and third. Ing batting an 098. He's 0 for 1, sorry. 0 for 1. Strategy rolls a 15, and here is the pitch. 2-6. Column 2, row 6. That is a blank. 4-3. Column 4, row 3. Fly ball to Stewart. He'll make the catch. And that is a failed sacrifice roll. So we are going to check the outfielder arm. And that is a 5. So if the roll is less than or equal to on that, otherwise they hold. So on that, it is a 5. And he will hold. But Jones will score. So Jones scores on the sacrifice fly there. We go to the top of the order. Cleat Thomas, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. Strategy rolls a 14. 2-1. Column 2, row 1. Double question mark. Double star and a 1 to 16. That is a 4. That's going to be a fly ball to Rios. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So 3 runs, 2 hits, and no errors. And 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Sean Stewart, Aaron Hill, Alex Rios due up for the Blue Jays. Sean Stewart is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3, double star. Double star and a 1 to 10. That's going to be a 19 outside of the range. Stewart 6-1, column 6, row 1. Fly ball back there to Jones. And Jones will make the catch. Aaron Hill is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. Possible error on a throw. 1-1. Column 1, row 1. Ground ball to Ing. His error range is a 2. That's going to be a 13. There is no error there. And that'll be out number 2. 2 away, and that's going to bring up Alex Rios. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and here's the pitch. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That's going to be a walk. On a 1 to 19, that's a 19. That's going to be good for a walk. So Rios will trot on down to first, and Matt Stairs 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls a 12. Blue Jays holding off. 6-4, column 6, row 4, possible error on a ground ball. 6-2, column 6, row 2, it's a fly ball back there to Jones. And Jones will make the catch and retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on for Toronto. After 4, it's Detroit 4. Blue Jays nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. Ivan Rodriguez, Carlos Guillen, and Maglio Ordonez due up for the Tigers. Sean Marcum can face 6 more batters before he's considered tired. Bullpen for the Blue Jays has got some action stirring up. We'll see what happens. Ivan Rodriguez is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That's going to be a double star. It's going to be a fly ball back there to England. He'll make the catch, and that puts one away. Carlos Guillen, 1 for 2 with a strikeout, and the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4, strikeout. On a 1-9, the 14 is too high. 1-6, column 1, row 6, and that's going to be a single to England out there in the right field. And for right now, they are going to leave Marcum out there. Strategy roll 17. Maglio Ordonez is up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. And here is the pitch. 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a blank. Now, we consider that a blank right now because Marcum has not faced a lot number of batters. He can face 4 more. Ordonez, 6-6. Column 6, row 6. It's going to be a ground ball to Eckstein. And that is going to be on a fielder's choice. So how do we get that? Ground double play rating off the pitcher's card is going to be a 0. The pivot, which is going to be a Hill. So on a G6, we come over here to the chart. Pivot, highlighted in red, it's going to be second base. So Hill is the pivot. 0, 0, that's going to be a 3. Now, we take 1D6, roll it against the ground double play rating. That's going to be a 5. And it says here if the roll is greater than the ground double play rating, runner on force is forced out at second, and it becomes a fielder's choice. So Ordonez is on by a fielder's choice. That's going to be 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera is 1 for 1 with a walk, a run, and an RBI. Strategy rolls 11. The Tigers hold out. Here's the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is going to be a walk. On a 1-9, the 13 is too high. 3-2, column 3, row 2. That's a double star 5. It's a ground ball to Eckstein. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Lyle Overbay, Marcos Dutero, and Greg Zahn due up for the Blue Jays. Lyle Overbay 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 2-5, column 2, row 5, strikeout plus. On a 1-20, that is a 2. Struck him out. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Marcos Dutero. Dutero is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 6-5, column 6, row 5, strikeout plus. On a 1-18, that is a 2. Struck him out. Greg Zahn 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Zahn 5-3, column 5, row 3, possible error. 1-1, column 1, row 1, line drive to Cabrera. His error rating is on a 1 to 6. However, that is going to be an out, as that is a line drive, so Cabrera will make the catch, tag the plate, and retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors as the Blue Jays once again go down in order. After 5, it's Tigers 4, Blue Jays nothing. We go to the top of the 6th. Jock Jones, Edgar Rentia, and Ryan Rayburn due up for the Tigers. Jock Jones 1 for 2 with a run, and the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3, hit by pitch. That's a 9, plus 4, 14, too high. 4-6, column 4, row 6. That's a pop-up to Overbay. Marcum points up. He'll seize it. It's a pop-up. Overbay gets under it and makes the catch and puts one away. Edgar Rentia, 0 for 1 with an RBI. Sean Marcum can face one more batter before he's considered tired. And that is going to be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6, that is a range play. 4-4, column 4, row 4, line drive to Hill. His range is on a 1 to 3. That is a 1. He'll make the catch. And Hill's range is he's 5 for 9 on range plays. He's about 56% with 2 errors so far in the replay. Ryan Rayburn is 1 for 2 today with a double and an RBI. Sean Marcum tired, however, they are going to let him try to finish the inning here. See if he's got some gas left in the tank. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is at the ballpark. So we're going to roll off the Rogers Center's cart. 5-1, column 5, row 1. Ground ball to Overbay. He sees it. Marcum comes over. Underhands it to Marcum. And that will retire the side. So the Tigers go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. And none left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Joe Inglet, David Eckstein, and Sean Stewart due up for the Blue Jays. Joe Inglet walked his last time up. And here is the pitch. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a walk plus. That's going to be an 18. That's going to be an 8. And that's going to be good for a walk. So with Inglet on first, that's going to be a sacrifice play coming up. Infield at normal depth. Top of the order for the Blue Jays. He's 0 for 2. That's going to bring up David Eckstein. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a strikeout plus. That is an 8. That's going to be a 2. Struck him out. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Sharon Stewart. He's 0 for 2, hit and run. And remember, on a hit and run, ground double play ratings will get a -2. Base run ratings get a +2. Home walk and home runs rates cut in half, and we round those down. Lineouts are double plays, and if the batter strikes out, remember we'll resolve the play as a steal. Sean Stewart, 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 6. The 13 is too high. 5-1, column 5, row 1. Double start 2. That's going to be a fly ball to Thomas. And that'll be out number 2. Out number 2, and that's going to make Inglet with a +1 to his base run rating. He'll get a 5. Aaron Hill, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 16. Nothing to do on the strategy roll. The pitch to Hill, 6-1, column 6, row 1. Hill being a right-handed batter. Remember, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. That's going to be a double star. It is a fly ball to Ordonez. He'll go back, make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Blue Jays. After 6, Tigers 4. Blue Jays nothing. We go to the top of the 7th. Brandon Ing, Cleet Thomas, and Ivan Rodriguez due up. And we've got a new pitcher on the mound for the Blue Jays. And they are going to go with Brandon League will come in. That is his card. Lee comes into the game with a 17.37 ERA. He's got no wins and 2 losses. He's pitched 5 2/3 of an inning, allowed 12 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He's going to face off against Brandon Ing, Cleet Thomas, and Ivan Rodriguez. Let's take a look at the stats here for Sean Marcum. He went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 4.25. Brandon Ing, 0 for 1 with an RBI. Here's the pitch to Ing. 4-4, column 4, row 4. That is going to be a walk on a 1 to 16. The 19 is too high. 6-5, column 6, row 5, double star 6. That's going to be a ground ball to Hill. He'll make the catch and put one away, and we go to the top of the order for the Tigers. Cleet Thomas, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. 6-5, column 6, row 5, possible error. 4-5, column 4, row 5, line drive to Stewart. His error range is a 0. No error there. That's going to be a 9. It's too high. And that puts 2 away. Ivan Rodriguez, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 6-1, column 6, row 1. That's going to be a walk. On a 1 to 5, the 17 is too high. 3-1, column 3, row 1. Ground ball to League. He'll make the catch. So League will make the catch, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors as the Tigers go down in order as we sing Take Me Up to the Ball Game. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Alex Rios, Matt Stairs, and Lyle Overbay due up for the Blue Jays. So let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here in Toronto. Tigers scoring a run in the first, 3 runs in the 4th, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And they held Detroit, they held the Blue Jays to nothing. Galarraga still staying on the mound. He's still showing some more energy. 4, 5, and 6. Alex Rios, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. 6-5, column 6, row 5, strikeout plus. On a 1 to 20, that's going to be a 4. Struck him out. And that's going to be one away. Matt Stairs, 0 for 2. And the pitch, Stairs. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Home run chance on a 1 to 4. The 16 is too high. No home run chance. 6-5, column 6, row 5. Ground ball up the middle to Galarraga. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Cabrera. And that is out number 2, and that's going to bring up Lyle Overbay. Overbay, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. That's going to be a walk. On a 1 to 13, that is a 7, and that's going to be good for a walk. Marcus Duterte is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a double star. It's a fly ball to Ordonez. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one left on for the Blue Jays after 7. Tigers 4, Blue Jays nothing. We go to the top of the 8th, and Brandon League is going to stay. No, they're not. Brandon League not staying on the mound anymore. We do have a new pitcher on the mound for Toronto, and that is going to be Jason Farsor, who's going to come onto the mound. That is his card. Farsor will come out with a 2.86 ERA. He's pitched 6 1/3 innings, so that's 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Brandon League, he went 1 inning. ERA of a 14.78. Carlos Guillen, 2 for 3 with a strikeout. He's going to have to face off against Guillen, Ordonez, and Cabrera. The pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2 is at the ballpark. We're going to go to the Rogers Center for this play. 6-6, column 6, row 6, fly ball to England. He'll make the catch, and that'll put one away. Maglio Ordonez is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run, and here is the pitch. 2-1, column 2, row 1, strikeout plus. On a 1-18, that is a 7. Struck him out, and that puts 2 away. Cabrera up. Miguel Cabrera is 1 for 2 with a walk, a run, and an RBI. And here's the pitch. 2-1, column 2, row 1, strikeout plus. On a 1-22, that is an 8. Struck him out. So the Tigers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Greg Zahn, Joe England, David Eckstein due up. Galarraga staying on that mound. Zahn 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. That's going to be a walk. On a 1-12, that's going to be a 1, and that's going to be good for a walk. Galarraga can face one more batter before he's considered tired. Joe England is up. Infield is at double play depth. England, 2 walks. 1-2. Column 1, row 2. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? 4-5. Column 4, row 5. And that's going to be a single down the first baseline to Cabrera. His range is a 0. That's going to be a 1. And with that, Zahn will go to second. But does he advance to third? He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 2-6. That is a 2. He'll advance. And with that, that puts runners on the corners. They're going to leave him out there. And with that, Galarraga, they're going to come out there and take the ball. They have a meeting on the mound. Galarraga gets not a good round of applause from his teammates in the infield as Galarraga will go back to the dugout. We're going to make that call to the bullpen for the Tigers. And with that, they're going to bring in Fernando Rodney to pitch. Actually, they're going to bring in Joel Zumaya. That is his card. So Zumaya will come in. He comes in with a special K. We'll talk about that as it comes up. So Zumaya will come in with a 6.28. He's got 4 1/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Taking a look at the stats for Armando Galarraga. He went 7 innings, allowed 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, an ERA of a 5.29. Not bad. David Eckstein, top of the order. So we do have a special K. We'll talk about that when it comes up and how it works. But for first, we're going to take that roll for Joel. It's a 1-4, column 1, row 4. Strikeout plus on a 1 to 17. That's going to be a 5. Struck him out looking. And that's going to be 1 away. Sharon Stewart is up. He's 0 for 3, and here is the pitch. They're going to let Stewart take the hit. They are. Stewart taking the hit. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That's going to be a strikeout on a 1 to 6. The 13 is too high. Now, we're going to roll for Sharon Stewart. So the first thing we'll do is we're going to check the D20. That is a 15. The range for the special K is on a 1 to 6. 15 too high. 4-6, column 4, row 6. It's a pop up to Ing. He'll make the catch. And with that, 2 outs. Aaron Hill. 0 for 3. Is Hill going to take the hit? He is. The sending Hill out there, 5-5, column 5, row 5. That is a blank. So remember, the first thing we do, we check the special K on a 1 to 6. 7 is too high, 6-6. Column 6, row 6, and that's going to be a fly ball to Thomas. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the after 8, Detroit 4, Blue Jays nothing. We go to the top of the 9th. Jacque Jones, Edgar Ventia, and Ryan Rayburn due up for the Tigers. Let's take a look at the box score after 8 innings have been played here in in Toronto. Detroit, run in the first, 3 runs in the fourth, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Toronto got the only hit so far in the game. They canceled out the no-hitter as well. Jacque Jones, 1 for 3, but Jason Fronsor not going to take the pitch here. So we're going to go back to the dugout, and we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Blue Jays, and that is going to be Shawn Kemp. That is his card. Kemp comes into the game with a 1.58. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowed 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Jason Fronsor, he went 1 inning, had 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 2.47. Jacque Jones, 1 for 3 with a run, and here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That's going to be a single. It's a single past Kemp. Overbay will Jones will get on base. So with a runner on first, strategy rules are turned off, and how we know they're turned off is that we take the difference in the score. It's a 4-0 game. So we take the 4, add it to the 9, the number's 13. If the number you get is higher than 10, there is no strategy until that number comes down to 10 or less. Edgar Rentia is 0 for 2 today, and he is going to take the hit here. Jones on first, 2-6. Column 2, row 6, that's going to be a walk. On a 1-6, the 16 is too high. 6-4, column 6, row 4, double star 3. It's a ground ball to Eckstein. He'll make the catch. And that is going to be a double play. Ground double play rating is a 0-0. That's going to be a 3. We take 1d6, roll it against the 3. That is a 3. If the roll is equal to or less than the ground double play rating, it's considered a double play. And that is going to be a 6-4-3 double play. So 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Ryan Rayburn. Rayburn is 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That's a walk. On a 1-13, that's going to be a 6. And that's going to be good for a walk. So Rayburn is on with a walk, and that's going to bring up Brandon Ing. Ing is 0 for 2 with an RBI. And here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Strikeout on a 1-16. That's a 5. Struck him out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Alex Rios, Matt Stairs, and Lyle Overbay due up for the Blue Jays. Alex Rios is 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Joel Zumaya staying out there. 5-3, column 5, row 3. Home run on a 1-9. The 13 is too high. Special K rating on a 1-6. The 13 is still too high. 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's going to be a ground ball to Rentia. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Matt Stairs, the designated hitter, he is going to take the hit. He's 0 for 3. And here is the pitch. 6-1, column 6, row 1. That's going to be a walk plus. On a 1-19, that's going to be a 4. And that's going to be a good walk. And that's going to be good for a walk. So Stairs is on. However, they are going to bring in a pinch runner. And they are going to bring in Kevin Mench to pinch run. So Mench is going to pinch run. Lyle Overbay now up. Overbay is 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Joel Zumaya now tired, 1 out. And here is the pitch. 4-2, column 4, row 2. Strikeout plus on a 1-20. That's going to be a 9. Struck him out. And here comes Marco Stutero. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Stutero, is he going to take the hit? No, he is not. And they are going to bring in Travis Cinder. Cinder will come in to try to get a hit here. And here is the pitch. 3-4, column 3, row 4. Hit by pitch. -10 for Joel. That's a 0. Special K rating on a 1-9. That's going to be an 8. Struck him out. And that's the ball game. And the Jays leave 1 stranded. No runs, no hits, no errors, but one left on for the Blue Jays. Final score, 4 Detroit 4, Blue Jays nothing. Final line score coming right up. So the Detroit Tigers defeat the Toronto Blue Jays 4-0. Armando Galarraga will get the win. Sean Marcum will pick up the loss. And Joel Zumaya will pick up a save on that. Tigers, 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. And the Blue Jays, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Let's take a look at the stats here. Luongo Galarraga will pick up his first save. He went 7 innings, allowed 1 hit, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, an ERA of a 5.29. Sean Marcum went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 4.25. Sean Kemp, the last pitcher up for the Blue Jays, went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 1.34. And Joel Zumaya will pick up the save. He went 2 innings, allowed 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, an ERA of a 4.28. So that's going to do it for us here as the Detroit Tigers had improved to 10-10, and the Toronto Blue Jays drop to 10-10 and split the series. So both teams have won 2 games here in Toronto. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile, and remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scoonie007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.